Plurality of the worlds. Are we alone in the universe? So far, the only life we know of is right here on our planet Earth. But we're looking. The big question, is there life beyond Earth? Comes with an ironic asterisk: we don't really have a universally accepted definition of life itself. That said, we might not need one. We need only detect the telltale signs of life in an exoplanet atmosphere, and we have a better understanding of what those look like here on Earth. How many Earths are there in the cosmos? If you open the Quran to the first surah, you will notice it begins as follows.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Worlds? Not just one? Yes, worlds. There is the physical world, the spiritual world, the world of bacteria, and so forth. That, obviously, is one sense in which we can understand worlds. Another verse of the Quran, however, makes it clear that there are many Earths. See Quran.
الله الذي خلق سبع سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن يتنزل الأمر بينهن لتعلموا أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما.
Allah is He who created 7 firmaments, heavens, and of the earth a similar number. Through the midst of them, all, descends His command, that ye may know that Allah has power over all things, and that Allah comprehends all things in His knowledge. Is it possible that there may be other Earths out there? No one expects to find another Earth within our solar system. But scientists say it is likely that in our galaxy there are many Earths outside the solar system. Kepler 22b, a planet known to comfortably circle in the habitable zone of a Sun-like star. It is the first planet that NASA's Kepler mission has confirmed to orbit in a star's habitable zone, the region around a star where liquid water, a requirement for life on Earth, could persist. The planet is 2.4 times the size of Earth, making it the smallest yet found to orbit in the middle of the habitable zone of a star like our Sun. Scientists do not yet know if the planet has a predominantly rocky, gaseous or liquid composition. It's possible that the world would have clouds in its atmosphere, as depicted here in the artist's interpretation.
For thousands of years, mankind has wondered, are there planets around other stars? Is there life out there? But we didn't know. We didn't know if there were any planets around the stars.
0 and liftoff of the Delta II rocket with Kepler on a search for planets in some way like our own.
Before the launch of Kepler, most of the planets we knew about were really big planets like Jupiter. But Kepler was so sensitive that we started finding smaller and smaller planets.
We discovered planets smaller than had ever been discovered before, and just many of them, indicating that the galaxy's full of planets. Crazy worlds that we didn't predict, things that we hadn't imagined. We find planets orbiting so close to their parent star that the star-facing side has temperatures in excess of that required to melt iron. These planets have an entire hemisphere that's like a liquid ocean, but it's not an ocean of water, it's an ocean of molten rock. We see planets that are orbiting not 1, but 2 stars. That is, if you look in the east, you'll see not 1 star rise, but 2.
Almost all the astronomers that I know grew up reading science fiction. That's why a lot of them got into the business of looking for planets in the first place, to find out if any of this, fantastic speculation that inspired us could be true. And now we find out that, yeah, it could be true.
We learned from Kepler that the most common types of planets in the galaxy are unlike the planets in our own solar system. These worlds are intermediate in size between the Earth and Neptune, but we're not exactly sure what they're made out of.
What are the things that we know now that we didn't know then? I mean, things like planets are ubiquitous. Planets are diverse. The stars that we find planets around are diverse. The systems that planets live in vary widely.
It was breathtaking to see all of the planets come rolling in from this exquisite data over the years that we were collecting data with Kepler. In the end, we found dozens of small, potentially rocky worlds orbiting in the Goldilocks zone of their stars, that distance at which you can have liquid water pooling on the surface of the planet, capable of supporting life as we know it.
The science value of the collected data spans almost every field of astronomy and planetary science. It revolutionized not just exoplanets, not just stars, but a large number of the scientific fields of astronomy today.
There's one summer I worked at an observatory, and I would go outside at night and look up at the stars and just be blown away at how vast space was. And it actually felt a little lonely. And when I go out and look at the night sky now, rather than being awestruck by the vastness, I'm awestruck by the possibility.
There aren't that many opportunities in life where you get to participate in a project as important as Kepler is, that answers such a fundamental question that we've been asking ourselves for so long. Now we know when we look up into the night sky that every star we see has on average at least one planet, and that many of those planets are similar in size to the Earth and a chance for life as we know it elsewhere.
Searching for life elsewhere is one of the key themes that drive our science portfolio, and at the center of that is Kepler. New missions, like the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite TESS and the James Webb Space Telescope, will build on Kepler's success and take our search for life to new heights.
It has been extremely gratifying to see the data come back from the mission and show what we wanted to know, give us the answer. Many stars have planets. A lot of these planets are Earth-sized. That's Kepler's legacy, this new knowledge that we have about planets around other stars.
They say that approximately 50 billion stars in the Milky Way rotate slowly, as does the Sun. This characteristic indicates that planets that are their satellites surround those stars. The Barnard star, for example, is believed to have at least one planetary companion. All the evidence points to the fact that planetary systems are scattered in profusion all over the universe. The solar system and the Earth are not unique. The Quran also uses the symbolic plural number It is He who hath created for you all things that are on earth. Moreover his design comprehended the heavens, for he gave order and perfection to the seven firmaments, and of all things he hath perfect knowledge. Once again we find that the Quran says something and scientists later discover it to be true. Although we are not able to go to on those planets physically yet, perhaps, due to immense distances couldn't be possible to reach in near future even, because these distances are in light years. As per Professor Ahmad Rafique Akhtar from Pakistan, present age, 2021, is also described in Old Testament in the chapter of Prophet Daniel, peace be upon him. Old Testament, Daniel, chapter 8, verse 10. And it waxed great, even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them.
दज्जाल क्या है? एक पुरानी दास्तान है और तमाम पैगंबर बताते चले आए. सबसे ज़्यादा इस पर रोशनी हज़रत दानियाल ने डाली. तो हज़रत दानियाल को बड़ी क्यूरियोसिटी थी दज्जाल के बारे में. तो उन्होंने जिब्रील अमीन से पूछा कि दज्जाल कौन? तो हज़रत जिब्रील अमीन ने कहा, आदमज़ाद, तू उस वक्त इज़्ज़त से अपने मकाम पे सोया हुआ होगा, वो तेरे ज़माने का नहीं. तो फिर हज़रत दानियाल ने पूछा, मगर हम उसको पहचानेंगे कैसे? तो कहा हज़रत जिब्रील ने कि 3 उसकी बड़ी निशानियाँ हैं, और 3 निशानियों में एक निशानी ये है कि इंसान अजराम फल्की में दरअंदाजी करेगा. दज्जाल का ज़माना ये है कि इंसान अजराम फल्की में दरअंदाजी करेगा. दूसरी निशानी ये है कि उजाड़ने वाली मकरूह चीज़ें नस्ब की जाएंगी. उजाड़ने वाली मकरूह चीज़ें नस्ब की जाएंगी. पहली निशानी ये है कि इंसान अजराम फल्की में दरअंदाजी करे. वो मार्स पे पहुँचेगा, चाँद पे पहुँचेगा. वो कॉस्मोलॉजी का एक स्पेशलिस्ट है, मुख्तलिफ स्टार्स में उतरेगा जाएगा. वो इस कायनात को फरोलने की कोशिश कर रहा होगा अपने नाम से. तो इसका उजाड़ने वाली मकरूह चीज़ें नस्ब की जाएंगी. हर एक मकाम पे मिसाइल को दस्तरस हासिल होगी. बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल, इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल मिसाइल, कायनात की इस ज़मीन की तबाही के लिए उजाड़ने वाली चीज़ें, मकरूह चीज़ें नस्ब. और तीसरी का ताल्लुक़ हमसे. दायमी कुर्बानी दुनिया में सिर्फ एक है, और वो है काबा मुक़द्दस में जो हाजी जाके लेते हैं. अरसहा अर्स और कर्नहा कर्न से अगर किसी दर दीवार में जाके आप कुर्बानी कर रहे हो तो वो बैतुल्लाह में जाकर, सरज़मीन अरब में जाकर, हरमैन शरीफैन में जाके कर रहे हो. और दायमी कुर्बानी मौकूफ़ होने में कोई ज़्यादा अब देर नहीं रह गई. इट इज़ वेरी मच ऑब्वियस कि टुडे और टुमारो that is going to happen.